Hey guys, how are you doing? Today I'm going to show you how modals are used in conditional sentences. Let's start. In English, there is a group of verbs which are called modals. These are can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, and would. These are always followed by the infinitive form of a verb without to, or by an auxiliary verb. Let's see some examples. I must go to the beach. In this case, the modal verb must is followed by the infinitive form of the verb go without to. Let's see another example. She must have gone to the beach. In this case, the modal verb must is followed by an auxiliary verb, have. Also, you can observe that we haven't added an s to the modal verb. And this is because when the modal verb follows the third person singular, she or he, the s is omitted because this type of verb can't be conjugated. Also, it is important to know that if we want to use modal verbs in their negative form, the modal verb has to be followed by the negative particle not, or we can also add its contracted form to the modal. Let's see that. I must not go to the beach. I mustn't go to the beach. She must not have gone to the beach. She mustn't have gone to the beach. Remember, modals cannot be followed by other modal verbs. So, for example, we cannot say, I can go to the beach. It is wrong. Please avoid writing modals followed by other modals. Before going to the main point of this video, I would like to recommend that you check the different uses of the different modals that exist in English and how these are translated into Spanish according to the context. Also, I have added some links in the description of this video which you can use to do so. Or I'm sure that if you have an English textbook, you will find some useful information about modal verbs in the grammar section. Let's continue. So you can see that these verbs are used to express ability, possibility, obligations, and they also have some other functions. But maybe you haven't noticed yet, but they are frequently used in conditional clauses. Let's see some examples of modals in first conditional sentences. If you don't put on a mask when you go for a walk, you might get sick. In pandemic times, a person with a mask on is likely not to get infected by the virus. If you have washed your hands, you can make the dinner. In this case, the person saying this is letting the addressed person to do something. In this case, to make the dinner. If you agree with me, You must do what I say. In this case, the person speaking is ordering the addressed person to do what he or she wants. If you are interested in studying medicine, you should study harder to get a good mark in selectividad. In this case, the person saying this is suggesting the addressed person to study harder to achieve his or her aim, studying medicine at university. It's very important that you know that we can't use will, won't, or would, wouldn't in the conditional clause of a first conditional sentence. However, we can use other modal verbs in the if clause. For example, if you can't walk, I will give you a lift. Now, let's see some examples of modals in second conditional sentences. If he had time, he could help those in need. In this case, could is used in the result clause to show that he can help when he has time. If they had more money, they might donate it to the hospitals. There is the possibility that the addressed people donate money to hospitals if they had more money, but they don't. If I could speak Chinese, I would work in Chinese hospitals. The person saying this has the ability to help in hospitals. However, he or she can't speak Chinese, so he or she can do it now. If she could have any job, what would she do? Here, the person speaking is asking what the possible result of that condition could be. If we could fabric our own mask, then we would be happy to use them at school. In this case, the person speaking is asking for permission to be able to use their own masks at school. It is very important for you to know that, therefore, we can use other modals instead of would in the result clause of a second conditional sentence. Also, that we can use could in the if clause of a second conditional sentence. And finally, let's see some examples of modals in third conditional clauses. If she had reminded me the possibility of offering voluntary services, I could have helped in a nursing home. Here, the person speaking, I, has the possibility to help in nursing homes, but he didn't or she didn't do it because she or he didn't tell him about it. Oh, sorry, that she didn't tell him about it. If he had known about the voluntary services, he might have helped. In this case, the addressed person, he, had the possibility to help. However, he didn't know about it, so he didn't help. If he could have helped, he would have done it. He had the ability to help, but he didn't do it. We don't know the reasons, but we know that it is a situation that cannot be changed. So it is very important to know that we can use modals in the result clause of a third conditional sentence, and that we can use could plus the perfect infinitive in the conditional clause of a third conditional sentence to show ability, just like in the last example. And that's all for today. Practice a little bit and you will see the results. Bye bye.